Hey Rockstars, welcome in to the channel. That's right, today, Friday, February 28th, the last day of February 2025, there's been a call for a national boycott on mega big corporations and for people to not spend money at these companies that are ran by billionaires and other rich, higher up people. Let's talk about it. Of course, say hi to Milo. If you didn't notice, he got his first puppy groom at 4.5, 5 months. He doesn't look like a sheepdog as much as he used to. He'll get it all back. He looks like a doodle almost now, but he is an old English sheepdog and he will get his hair back very, very soon. It should only take a couple weeks. But let's talk about, as we let him run along, let's talk about this national boycott. So a guy named John Schwartz, who runs something called like the People's Union, he has done this in the past and he is calling for a nationwide boycott. Unless it's a local small business, don't spend your money at any of these companies that are ran by big billionaires. They're talking about things like Walmart, Target, Best Buy, even, like don't buy apps off the Apple Store today or Android from Google, just all these. And a lot of this is in reaction to a couple of things. So ever since, and again, I don't like to get political on this channel, but I am going to explain why he's doing this. So he's a big proponent and supporter of DEI initiatives. If you don't know what DEI is, again, I'm not going to get into the politics. I'm sure all of you do, the diversity and equity things for companies, hiring and all that sort of stuff. He's a big supporter of that. And of course, since Donald Trump has taken office, a lot of that has been rolled back. A lot of companies have gotten away from DEI hiring and DEI regulations and policies. And so John Schwartz, of course, against that is saying, hey, you guys need to stick with these DEI initiatives. You can't just abandon them. And in response to you abandoning them, we're going to boycott you on February 28th. So that's one of his things. Also, he is not a fan of Donald Trump, period. And again, I don't care about your politics, but I'm just telling you guys the story in the news. He is not a fan of Donald Trump. And he views him as one of these billionaire higher up guys who, even though Donald Trump doesn't own a company that sells to us per se like we are used to, like a Target or Walmart, he just sees him as one of those, the good old boys, and that we should boycott all of them. So that's kind of his second reasoning. And the third reasoning is just billionaire status in general. So he has a real problem, this John Schwartz guy, with people being billionaires. He said in articles and interviews that no one person should ever have billions of dollars, or 400 billion like an Elon Musk, or 200 billion like a Mark Zuckerberg, or wherever they're at in the Forbes list. He just views that as too much wealth for one person and that it should just not be allowed. Now, I'm going to counter all three of these, right? I'm going to tell you my thoughts on all three of them. So DEI policies, initiatives, that's up to a company by company basis. They can do what they want. Whether I agree with it or I don't agree with it or whatever my thoughts are, we can't control that. The company is going to decide how they hire and who they hire and what their policies and their rules are at work, right? Nothing we are going to do is going to stop that. Their higher ups decide that. And he thinks that by doing one of these boycotts, it'll hurt them in their wallet enough that they'll change their minds. One day of boycotts, it's been proven, is not going to hurt these mega billionaires enough to make them change and do what you want them to do. They're probably not going to do it anyways, because if they change their policies to support you, now they're going to ostracize the other half that doesn't agree with it, and they're going to lose the money on that side. So it's a no-win situation. In today's economic and political situations and temperatures, you can't make everybody happy. You're never going to make everybody happy, and you're not going to change people's minds. When you guys get on Facebook and social media and you're arguing with each other back and forth, it's crazy to me because you're not going to change Billy Bob's mind in the corner in Washington. You're not going to change Susie Joe's mind in Texas or Florida or New York or wherever. Why are you wasting your time? I get it. Boycotts are meant to prove a point, but these guys are just so much money now that one day, and remember, only half of the country believes what this guy believes. So only half the country is going to boycott, and not all of them are going to boycott or even spend money on a normal day. So it's not going to hurt as bad as he thinks it might hurt. The second one is about people not having, no one needing to have billions of dollars. These guys didn't sign up and go, I want to make $400 billion, right? That just sort of happened because of the growth of the company. Do I believe that, I'm not going to get into the billionaires don't pay enough taxes. They absolutely pay tons of taxes. Their percentage might be lower, but the amount they pay is much more. And look, here's the thing. Billionaires make this money, and if you made that money, or if you make $500,000 a year and the next year you make $1 million, am I going to say to you, you shouldn't make $1 million? you should only make 500 grand, give us that 500 grand back. I don't think anybody's in a position to tell anyone else what to do with their money, right? Like if they want to donate it to charity and help the world, fantastic, make them a great person, do something good. If they don't, do we call them a bad person? You're entitled to that opinion, but we can't tell somebody what to do with their money. And I've always been a proponent of that. I see a lot of people make a lot of money and do nothing but just blow it. Like go out and buy HOOKERS's and BLOW, right? Like the old joke, you can't say that stuff on YouTube or they'll cut you down. But you know what I'm talking about. They go to Vegas and just throw it on gambling. People waste money all the time, not just billionaires. People I see make really good money. I know a guy that makes like $300-400 grand a year, and his family is struggling because he's a gambling addiction. He just gambles all this money away, and I'm like, dude, you could be doing so much more, not just for your family, but good. But who am I to tell the guy that makes $300,000-400,000 a year what to do with his money? I can certainly interject my opinion and tell him I think he's being an idiot, but I can't tell him what to do, and I can't put a pew-pew to his head and make him do better, right? Like that's up to him and his family and his life, right? Like we can't step into that. So, and then the third thing about, just not being a fan of Trump and the billionaires and the good old boys, I mean, that's a lot of us think that a lot of rich people in this country could do a lot of good. And they could. If they all got together and stopped arguing and fighting, they could do a lot more than what they're doing now. I totally agree with that. So I'll stick my neck out there and say, I feel like a lot of billionaires are doing a lot of good. There's a lot of rich people that do a lot for society. They do charity. They do, helping the government do better, save money. There's a lot that don't. And again, I can't tell somebody what to do with their money. So boycotting to change people's minds, to hurt their wallets, to tell them, hey, we're boycotting you. You should do better with your money. You should do this. You should do this differently. You should hire differently. You should have different people. It may work with a few companies, but the mass majority are not going to care. I can promise you that. So with that, that's sort of where we're at. If you are a small business and you're a seller today, you may notice you get more sales because people don't want to shop with mega corporations, so they're going to shop with you. Although on the flip side, people don't understand. They see it as eBay or Amazon as a mega corporation. They may not connect two and two because, no offense, a lot of people in this country are not smart. I'm not shopping on eBay and supporting $1 billion company. Well, yeah, you're right, because they're going to make fees when the item sells, but you're also not supporting a small seller like me or all of you out there in the world because you decided not to shop on eBay today or because you decided not to shop on Amazon. My video proves it. Most people don't even know that Amazon is not the seller of most of their goods. It's third-party sellers. So it's a catch-22 because you don't want to support these mega corporations, so you're not going on their websites, but at the same time, us sellers are on these mega corporations because that's the platforms we have to sell on. So kind of balance that out. If you're somebody who's boycotting today, I'm not going to tell you what to do with your money or where to spend it. But at the same time, if you want to support a small company and a small business, consider shopping on these platforms and making sure you're buying directly from us and not from, Amazon directly, if that's your choice, or eBay directly, or Best Buy's eBay account, or whatever it might be. Support me, support, the other sellers out there in the world, the people that are actually need the money and need the sales, right? So that's it. I'm going to wrap the video up. I appreciate it. That's our National Boycott Day, February 28th. Fortunately, I didn't have to make a decision today. I did a whole bunch of purchasing yesterday before I even thought about it, and I didn't need to buy anything today. The only place I'm going tonight is my local lagoon. I guess that's small business, to have some dinner and a couple alcoholic adult beverages because I need one this week. Trust me, I need one. So it's not often anymore, but I need it. Thank you as always for watching the video. I appreciate it. Thanks for checking us out. Thanks for watching your new boy and your new friend Milo, who is sleeping already that quickly. He just passes out. Enjoy your afternoon. Enjoy your weekend if I don't talk to you, and hit that like button. It means a whole lot to me. Subscribe to the channel. Come back, let me know what you think, and leave a comment below. I love to hear what you guys have your thoughts and what you have to say about the topics that I cover here on the videos. Thank you, everybody. I'll see you next time.